if you are not paying attention to your click-through rates on your ads, then that means that you're just running creatives. I'm just going to put up this image, or I'm just going to boost this post, or I'm just going to put out this video. But what you're failing to realize is you got to pay attention to the numbers. But what affects the numbers though? What affects the numbers? Now, there's different elements to an ad, but one of the biggest influences on your ads, believe it or not, is going to be the benefits that you put within the copy. And it might sound simple, but there's a certain way that I do ads, and that I've been doing it for years, that's been allowing me to get a 1x, 2x, 5x, 10x ROI. You know, I mean, I remember doing one campaign, and the only change, so this is what we do. We focus on testing. The only change that we made to the ad was, I said 2 ads. I just want you to, this one, we're not even going to give any bulleted benefits. And that's the key to this. Bulleted benefits. One, we're just basically just going to rant, essentially. But we're going to have one where we have like a process, but we're going to have like our process is basically like a rant. But then we have another one, another ad that's very similar. Actually, it's the exact same. The only difference between both ads, and this is a campaign that we've done in the past, the only thing that's different is we've included the benefits, 30% ROI, 30% conversion rate, right? Which means that the amount of people that click through based on the reach and the impressions, and we got 30% more, and then in regards to clicks, it was 30% more clicks that we got the second time we checked the stats for the campaign versus the original. What makes this so important? This makes this important because if you are in a position where you want to advertise and market your business, which every business does. You don't just get in the business to have a business or just because it's nice to do. There's a difference between a hobby and a business. If you're going to run a business, to make a business successful, people need to know about it. Makes sense. But a lot of the challenges that I see with people is that, especially when it comes around marketing and advertising and then creating these campaigns, we focus a lot on Facebook and Instagram, but we have YouTube. We're rolling out LinkedIn pretty soon. At the time of this video, we might already have it rolled out, right? And we're going to continue to leverage and use and do, Google ads and continue to expand in regards to the agency, our reach in terms of the platforms that we use. But why is knowing certain elements like adding benefits to your copy important? Is because that's going to increase more people. So think about it like this. Let's just say this week you got 100 clicks. Now let's say out of the 100 clicks, based on your landing page conversions, you get, let's just say 10% of that, right? So what's 10% of 100, right? So that's 10. All right, so let's just say that's what the stats were, right? So let's say out of the 10 people that clicked on the ad, let's just for math's sake, let's just say all of them opted in, right? Now, think about what that would look like. Now, let me back up before I move to the next point. Now, let's say you got 10 of them that opted in, and let's just say one of them became a client, right? That means you got 10 leads, and one of those leads became a client. Let's say you got a high ticket service. All right, you just made $2K. Not bad, right? Now, let me share with you the difference of what it would be if you got a 30% conversion and 30% additional because you're adding these bulleted benefits. This is why I'm even doing this video. What that looks like is instead of 100, what's 30%, right? So 30% of 100 is an extra 30 clicks. Extra 30 clicks, that puts you at $130, right? 130. Now, if you got 10% of that, instead of 10% of the people opting in, which would be 10, that would be what? If it's 130, that'd be about 13 people opting in, right? Let's just say, before we said 1 out of 10, which is basically about 10%. Let's just say you got 10% of the leads, and depending on what your product, your service is, how well your funnel is, right? That may or may not be accurate for you, but just for the sake of this example. So let's just say 10%, right? And let's just say, okay, well, instead of 10 people getting the lead and you get one client, let's just say you got 13 people. Not that many more people, but you got 2 clients, right? Out of the 13 instead of 1 out of the 10. Do you know how big of a difference that is from a standpoint of you literally just doubled your business? You realize that? You doubled your, not 50%, not 10%. You doubled your business, and the only thing you did was increase the conversions of the clicks that you get on your ads. That's how important it is. So that means instead of, if you got, and remember I said that was in a week. So what if you went from one client a week to 2 clients a week? If you got a $2,000 program or product or service, that'll put you at $8K a month. So now you getting close to that 6 figures. 6 figures is $8,333.33 per month. Right? That's what gets you to 6 figures. So you right there. But how dope is it for you to go from one client a month to from one client a week to 2 clients a week? That literally will double your business from $8K a month to $16,000 per month. It's crazy, right? And in this scenario, the only thing that we changed was the bullets on the actual ad. So we made the ad convert at a higher conversion rate, which gave it more clicks. And if you got more clicks, and meaning more people responded to it, 9 times out of 10, you're probably paying less money. Because what Facebook will do is, if it's just like going viral, right? It's like when they see that something is working, they show it to more people. Your ads work in the same way. But what's also dope about ads is that Facebook wants to encourage you to keep spending money on advertisements, right? So what they'll do is, let's just say you got a $10 cost per lead, right? Which is basically how much are you paying in order to get leads? How much is it costing you to get a lead, right? So if you have a $10 normal cost per lead, but you make a change to your ad, like adding the bulleted benefits. And by the way, when I say, let me pause for 2 seconds. When I say bulleted benefits, what I'm really talking about is you're basically doing like marketing questions or marketing copy for whatever the ad is. So I did a few different reviews, but I did one for Grant Cardone. So I did an ad. This is on my YouTube channel. So I did an ad review for Grant Cardone. And basically, he had one of his ads where it might have been like for one of his 10X events. So I think it might have been for one of his, he was like packaging like a 10X event or whatever, right? So he wanted people to basically access the recordings of the event, and he was selling it. So I did an ad review, and I basically said what he should have done, because he had like 1 or 2 lines on it, and basically, just telling people to buy. So when I did this review, I had the review that said what he should have added was how to 10X your business in 90 days or something like that. How to close sales and such and such, like whatever it was that he was offering from the 10X. There's a lot of benefits, right? Usually his 10X events have celebrities and everything, right? But there's benefits of it, of the different topics and things that they're talking about. So what he could have easily done to dramatically transform, or at least get better results, is just talk about the benefits of what the resource is that you're giving away. If you want to generate leads online and on social media, there's many different ways you can do it. But the easiest ways that I've found is to give an offer away for free that your ideal audience is going to want. But just because it's free doesn't mean that you're going to get everybody who's going to say that they want it. You still have to be able to promote it. You still have to be able to make it sound sexy. You still have to be able to have copywriting skills. And you still need to be able to say what the benefits are of whatever the resource is that you're giving away. You can't just expect. I used to think that. I used to do these offers, especially when I first started doing these ads. I used to think, if I'm giving it away free, everybody will want to come. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm getting a room ready, everything, right? I went through the whole thing. And out of the 40 people that registered, now this was before, this was when I was creating a lot of my landing pages through Eventbrite. So I promoted for this event, and I got there, and guess how many people actually showed up? 4 people. I'm expecting 40. So imagine, we got tables, we got chairs, we got everything, right? I'm expecting 40 to show up, and 4 people show up. Now, I think it was a free event, so that sometimes that plays a big deal in it. If somebody doesn't have an investment in it, you won't get them to show up. But this is the point of what I'm saying. From a marketing and promotional standpoint, one of the things that I know I could have done better at that time was be able to make the event more compelling to actually show up in person. I could have given more benefits during my marketing and advertising. And I don't think at the time I don't think I ran ads for that event. And if you did something, it's as little as list out the benefits in bullets. It don't got to be that many. Usually I focus on like 3-4 bullets or 3 to 5 bullets. And then I also like to do it, and this is another key, I like to make the bullets curiosity driven. Curiosity driven. Meaning most of the time I like to ask questions. Right? So I'll say something like, so if I'm promoting for coaches, I might say something like, in this training you'll learn, or in this video, or in this masterclass, you'll learn how to create your own curriculum and set your prices. It might be best practices to create social media content on a dime. It might be how to generate leads on autopilot in your first 7 days or less. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't that sound good? You're like, damn, like I want to know those things. It's because I'm listing it out. Those are really benefits, but I'm listing it out in question form. So you're like, damn, I'm gonna learn that about leads. I'm gonna learn this about a content. I'm gonna learn this about curriculum and pricing. So that's gonna make, so that curiosity in those bulleted benefits is what's gonna make people more interested in order to want to click through, which is why the click-through rate and your conversion rate skyrockets.